Go.
Hello, this is Murat Sencan and Derose, and this is our demo for our Lab4. As you can see right now, the clock is in the current state and it's ticking. And I'll show what we have done. So in order to change between states, we added this button. So if I click this button, it goes to state where we set the time. So I set the time using these three buttons. This one represents hour, minute, and second. So I can do, for example, 4 hours. By the currently it's at standard time. So time is 4 a.m. and the minute is 4:15 seconds. I will set it up to 30. So after current state, when I click again, we go to alarm set, and I will set the alarm to 55. And then the next step, we can change the AM to PM. And I will turn on the alarm button now. And at 55, this should light up. And the alarm can be turned off by the switch again. So to show that the AM PM also works, I will use another time. Like we can do 17 in standard time. And I'll continue the video. So that should be 5 p.m. in the other time format, as you can see, 5 p.m. And now Dylan will talk about the code.
Okay, so this is the code review. The code is pretty basic. It's essentially a bunch of different modules for button inputs and the state logic and the clock signals. So to begin, we start by taking in the four buttons that we use, the hour, minute, second, and state buttons. And those each get debounced, so they all only have a single pulse. And then in each place where the buttons are inputted in the time input, we isolate the rising edge of each button, and we use that to increment the hour, minute, and second when you're setting the time. And also the master clock is run in a similar way, except it just ticks every 1 second. And finally, to switch between states, Murat will talk about our state logic here.
In the state logic, as you can see, we first have the current time. As I described, current time is when the time is clocking. And when the button is clicked, it switches to set time, where we can choose the time input where we want to continue. And when we click the button again, we have the set alarm. And once again, I click, we have the set format, which is where we can use the switch to decide between AM and PM, or like military or standard time.
And past that, here's the debouncer. We also have test benches and the segment display controller. This is where all the logic is for displaying the proper symbols and AM and PM. And it seems to work well. And also in the state machine, we use different encoding, so we can toggle a certain LED every time we switch states. So LEDs, I believe, LEDs 9, 10, 11, and 12 will alternate based on the state. Yeah, some things we wanted to do, but we couldn't do. We tried doing keyboard input, but debouncing the ASCII codes and getting it so it would only activate on when the keys were pressed was sending us a lot of glitches, and just we had to switch to buttons at the last minute. But thankfully it worked out. And
we also tried to do the Vga display, But because last lab we used VGA to display different colors, and in this lab we realized it's really displaying a text in VGA is a bit more different than what we did last time. We decided to continue with the 7-segment display.
So yeah, that's the entire makeup of the alarm clock. That's it.